An absolute clean sweep for the red guys last night. Yeah, no, Virginia wasn't even close, okay? It was called, and they won the governorship. They won, I think they flipped the House as well. And they also won the lieutenant governorship and the attorney general. And they also broke some glass ceilings or something for the people who care. It's specific to the left who really cares about the fucking identity politics aspects of that, or at least the milquetoast conservatives who I really don't give a fuck about because they're totally useless. But yeah, the the lieutenant governor, sorry, my mistake, right there. As you can see, she's the first black and female, the first black and the first female lieutenant governor in Virginia history, which is cool, I guess. And then I don't know for sure if that is, but I think it is the first attorney general. Yes, it is. Jason Mijares, the first Latino, that is attorney general for the state of Virginia that was ever elected. Both of them are Republicans, and once again, yeah, just another one of those little ticks off on that history checklist or whatever that Democrats just can't champion. But I'm going to save that one for Sunday because I'm just compiling the current freakouts that celebrities and the talking heads are going on about with the results of this election that are slowly but surely coming in. So I'm sure there are going to be some fantastic ones, but we already got like a little concentrated dosage of the fucking meltdown, and oh my god, this just makes me look forward to 2022 even harder. But before we get into Virginia, I want to talk about something that I wasn't even sure, I didn't even know what the fuck was happening, but it looks like fucking New Jersey of all places is going to flip. Now, we're going to be talking about some specific stuff when it comes to Virginia, because it got all of the press because, well, okay, Loudoun County, with their fucking insanity that's over there. Phil Murphy is just so creepy, and the guy, Jack Ciattarelli, the Republican who might end up being the governor when this is all said and done, who knows, it is Jersey after all. He just looks, I don't know, like 1,000 times more masculine. Like, Phil Murphy looks like he's an AIDSy vampire, but, yeah, this was another governorship that was up on an off year, and this wasn't supposed to happen, okay? And this doesn't have any of those CRT concerns. It doesn't have any of those other hot-button topics. I didn't even hear anybody campaigning for him. Nobody tied themselves to, Trump or anything, and this is within, like, fractions of a point, okay? And so this is just going to show you that this isn't just a one-off in Virginia, that a lot of places around the country really don't like Biden. Really don't. So we're just going to take a quick detour here and give you a little bit of the background on this stuff. So, unofficial results, the gubernatorial election in New Jersey showed that incumbent Democratic Governor Phil Murphy is in a dead heat with Republican challenger Jack Ciattarelli with 98% of precincts reporting. Okay, so incomplete returns showed that Murphy leading the race by 1,408 votes out of the more than 2.3 million cast. Holy fuck. That's already within automatic recount territory, but holy fuck, that is close. The voter turnout was about 34% of New Jerseyans who can vote, which is, yeah, that seems about right. New Jersey Secretary of State Tahisha Way, said on Monday at a press conference that more than 200,000 New Jerseyans cast their ballots during early voting process in person, and nearly 500,000 voted by mail. We'll see when those end up showing up. According to the New Jersey Herald, the votes represent more than 10% of the state's registered voters. At 10:30 in the morning, Ciattarelli said he couldn't yet declare a victory because votes remain to be counted, but he said he fully expected to make a victory declaration once that happens. Fuck yeah. We send a message to the entire nation. This is what I love about this state. Every single time it's gone too far off track, the people of the state have pushed, pulled, and prodded and away. It's right back to where it needs to be. Okay, I guess. Take your word for it. I'm not exactly a New Jersey historian. Most I know about it is everything that I learned from watching The Sopranos. No Democrat, has won re-election as governor of New Jersey since Brendan Byrne in 1977, and the party opposite the president has won the New Jersey governorship going back to 1985. In 1981, Republican Governor Tom Keene won election in New Jersey by only 1,797 votes out of 3 million cast. So kind of looking at a similar result that's probably going to happen here, because that's mind-numbingly close. But yeah, we'll see how this one goes, because I don't think we're going to end up knowing exactly what the hell is going on, because yeah, there's going to be a recount. It's within that territory. And you know how these things work. Need not go any further. But another hilarious result that has happened right now. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit more of a centralized race here, but it's still within New Jersey, and it's a very, very important position that was up for election, and it's the Senate president, okay? And you should probably laugh pretty hard about this one, because I seen it and it was like, you really do love to see it. New Jersey truck driver Ed Dunn on verge of upsetting state Senate president, a longtime Democratic leader. Dunn spent only $153 on his underdog campaign against state Senator Steve Sweeney. Oh, I love it. I really, really love it. President of the New Jersey Senate is in danger of a stunning upset loss to his Republican truck driver challenger. Senator Steve Sweeney, not the comedian, but that would be great too, a longtime Garden State Democrat leader, is trailing Republican challenger Ed Dunn by thousands of votes. Oh, okay, so he's like really fucked. Dunn spent only 153 fucking bucks on his general election campaign, according to campaign finance filings. God, that's like what, 2 hours of work for him? Dunn, a truck driver by trade, is on the verge of a stunning upset over Sweeney, who is the longest-serving legislative leader in New Jersey history. Fucking A. Should Dunn win, the upset would upend Garden State Democratic Party leadership, even more so than even the governorship. So we'll check back in on that one once we get a firm result, but I don't expect anything. Maybe by the end of the week. Who knows, though. But yeah, anyways, back in Virginia, where all the races have been called and Youngkin's going to be the governor, it was close, right? Because the polls were narrowing there at the end, and then McAuliffe, right at the beginning of the day, was like, yeah, a couple of points ahead. But no, they called it last night, okay? Once all the polls closed, and there were reports of, I think, obviously Virginia, but Fairfax or somewhere was reporting kind of funky results there at the late in the game, but it really just in the long run didn't end up happening. Republicans in Virginia triumphed in a closely watched races for governor, lieutenant governor, and attorney general on Tuesday. Republican Glenn Youngkin topped Democrat Terry McAuliffe in a gubernatorial race, according to the projection by Decision Desk HQ. Youngkin led 52-46. Wow, 6 points? Fuck. With 86% of the districts reporting at 10-10 Eastern Time. Republican Jason Miyares defeated Democrat Mark Herring in a race for Attorney General. According to the projection, Decision Desk, he led by a similar result by only 5 points, with 85% of districts reporting at about the same time. All right, and Republican Wynnum Sears, okay, she a strong 2A advocate, like a bunch of people in Virginia, so I guess I kind of seen that and just decided, fuck it, we're going to be voting for Republicans anyways, so why not Sears? And the projected winner in Virginia Lieutenant Governor contest, beating Hala Ayala. I could see that probably upset a bunch of suburban wine moms. It's like, I don't know, that just sounds like something that you'd be screaming before you crash a plane into a building. I can't in good conscience vote for that. According to the projection by Decision Desk HQ, Sears led, she had the biggest margin of victory. That's nice. Led 53-46 with 86% of the districts reporting at 5-10. So took them a little bit longer to figure out what the hell is going on. But yeah, clean sweep, 3 biggest positions. Republicans finally won for a change. And these are like good ones, okay? They aren't like your Mitch McConnell's, Mitt Romney's of the world. These are the outsiders who are trying to do something good and see if they follow up on it. The gubernatorial race in Virginia was the most closely watched of the off-year elections and was viewed by some as a referendum on the first months of the presidency of Joe Biden. Yep, the 3 victories are a major signal for both political parties because Biden carried the state comfortably in 2020 by a 10-point margin. But if you remember on the night, there was some weird reporting things there where Trump was up by several 100,000 votes before everything normalized. So I remember that, but then again, I watch election coverage because I'm a very boring human being, but I enjoy it, and fuck off. Youngkin and McAuliffe argued over some of the most divisive issues of the nation on the campaign trail, including abortion, teaching of critical race theory. No, nobody teaches it. It's fake. It's false. Oh, God, just the spurg out over this has been so glorious. And the presidency of Donald Trump, he's gone, okay? Orange man can't hurt you, at least for 3 more years. The election outcome is particularly notable because the electorate cared less about the pandemic than the economy. That bodes badly for Joe Biden. Well, actually, any issue when put up against anything that he's actually done probably bodes fairly poorly for Joe Biden. According to the AP poll, 34% of Virginian voters rank the economy as their top priority, twice as many as the 17% who picked COVID-19. Holy fuck, okay? And when you just think about normies who get all of their information from mainstream media, what's the same thing that just runs over and over and over again? COOF updates, mandate updates, different policies that are being enacted by the White House. It at least looks like they're doing something in regards to something. Unfortunately, it only resonates with 17% of people, and you're gonna lose on that every single fucking time, at least in 3 races in that specific place. The White House has struggled over the past few months with a sluggish economic recovery. Job creation. Oh, we're gonna have more shovel-ready jobs and all that kind of fun stuff. No, you're not. Nobody's signing up for those jobs because nobody wants to get placed in those fucking mandates that you keep pushing down everybody's throat. What's that? You're gonna have all the policy for the private industry to have their vaccine mandate put into place. Oh, it's coming any day now. Sure it is. Anyways, the 3 losses in the state that have trended towards Democrats for more than a decade would deepen the sense of alarm within the party heading into the next year's midterm elections when control of Congress is at stake. Yeah, there were a couple of special elections. I seen one Democrat win one of the 2 seats. They ended up splitting the 2 seats that were up for grabs in Ohio. Okay, a Republican won and a Democrat won. It depends on where the races are. And it's like, oh, okay, if one's within a city, and it's like, that makes sense. And the other one's rural. And it's like, well, that also makes sense too. And as for the mayor's race, it's like, Eric Adams is the new mayor of New York City. It's like, I didn't bother bringing it up because that just kind of seemed fucking obvious. And Boston also elected a 36-year-old black progressive lady to, I don't know, call a bunch of Southies racist. I'm sure that's going to go over incredibly well. But Biden's cope has been pretty tremendous. Okay, so Biden blames Trump voters and conservative folk for Democrats' loss in Virginia. No, not anything that you've done. It's all Orange Man's fault, right? Obviously. President's bizarre excuse for Youngkin's victory when people are upset about COVID and the price of gasoline. No, 17% of people are upset of COVID, though. But, the cope is pretty strong for the old boy. Biden blamed Trump supporters on Wednesday for the crushing defeat of Democrat Terry McAuliffe. 6 points. I'd consider that. Virginia's gubernatorial race, suggesting that his agenda passed before Election Day, that the result may have been different. What? No. No, they've seen your agenda. They see what you're calling for. They see what you've accomplished. And they're like, oh, you're the guy who campaigned like really closely with McAuliffe, and we don't like what you're doing. Okay. Even the people who work in Washington, who live in Virginia, don't like what you're doing. I guess maybe they're just those not in my backyard types. When asked if Democrats should have won in Virginia, considering Biden won it by 10 points in 2020, the president said, I know we did, but I was running against Donald Trump. Yeah, the same guy who you were saying that Glenn Youngkin is just what, discount Trump, and that you guys, it's just a continuation of his policies and he's just a bad man. Biden said that he continues to Biden said that he continues to bring up Trump because I close my eyes and that's the last thing that I see and I'm so scared of him. No. Because the issues he supports are affecting the lives every day and their negative impacts on their lives. Well, you're right that everything that he talks about does affect their daily lives, and he's pointing out the negative aspects of your administration and your policies. So I guess you're right for the wrong reasons. People are upset and uncertain about a lot of things. Mostly because, once again, what you've done, from COVID to schools to jobs, for a whole range of things. Just name more things that you failed on. And the cost of a gallon of gasoline. Exactly. Are you just going to blame Saudi Arabia and Russia like you weirdly did at the COP26? It's like, oh, you guys need to up your production. It's like, Joe, if you would just turn on your own valves in your own country. Oh, what are you, racist? And it's like, oh, okay, cool, I see what you're doing. Warring factions in the Democrat Party have played the blame game ever since the election was swaying the way of the Republican Glenn Youngkin on Tuesday evening. The Democrats' left flank blamed the loss in the establishment. Former Governor Terry McAuliffe, no, he was pretty progressive if you were listening to his talking points, but maybe he has old establishment ties. Don't really know. Don't really care that much about a loser. Progressives, led by squad member Ilhan Omar, yes, my friend, brother fucker, sorry, it's not even that bad, insists the Democratic Party needs to go even further left to win future elections. That's some big brain talk right there. On Tuesday at the COP26 in Glasgow, Scotland, it's supposed to be a D there, but leave the D out for fun. I guess the lesbian voting bloc isn't that big. Biden said of the Virginia election, we're going to win. I think we're going to win Virginia. No, we're not. Fuck. Sorry. The race is very close. It's about who shows up and who turns out. Yeah, looks like it was Trump supporters. Sucks to suck. Granted, I did win by a large margin. Oh, okay, cool. So now you're going to take Trump's talking points?
Listen, I won Virginia. It was a big victory. It was the nicest victory. It was one of the most historic victories. Some people were even saying that. I didn't have to say it myself, but I won it by a large margin in 2020.
But the point of the matter is that this is going to be what we all knew from the beginning. It's going to be a tight race, and it's tight. Okay, but a couple of days ago you said that you guys were totally going to win Virginia, and then you lost the three most important positions in Virginia. Place you won by 10 points, you tard. Biden made short remarks at the White House Wednesday regarding the Center for Disease Control and Prevention's approval of the... Yeah, we'll talk about that in the next video, but what did Trump have to say on this one? Because, the Republican nominee for the 2024 presidential election, let's be fucking fair at this point, obviously. I know he has to wait to announce it because of campaign finance laws, and he can't be campaigning for a position outside of a election cycle before everything's all shook out. So should be hearing about this somewhere around primary season, probably in the spring. Maybe Glenn Youngkin win proves MAGA movement bigger and stronger than ever before. Yep, because that's Youngkin's ideology, okay? He's America first. He's the type of right-leaning populist that gives me hope for the future. That's for true. President Donald Trump celebrated the victory of Republican candidate Glenn Youngkin in the Virginia governor's race on Tuesday, okay?
The MAGA movement is bigger and stronger than ever before, the most strong.
Trump wrote in a statement, Glenn will be a great governor. Of course. Trump endorsed Youngkin in the race and encouraged voters to support him, but he did not host a campaign rally for the candidate in the state where Joe Biden won by as many as a 10-point victory for former president in 2020. 79% of precincts reporting, Youngkin is leading, and he's already won 92% and 6 points, so that's cool.
I would like to thank my base for coming out in force and voting for Glenn Youngkin. Without you, he would not have been close to winning.
That's for true. Trump also taunted McAuliffe for spending most of his campaign focusing on him, arguing that it only helped Youngkin. Where's the lie?
All McAuliffe did was talk Trump, and he lost. What does that tell you? Fake news? I guess people running for office as Democrats won't be doing that for much longer.
No, they don't learn, and they're just going to continue to do the same thing, even though they know it's a losing proposition, because, TDS is a terminal diagnosis. President argued he never had to rally in Virginia because McAuliffe's attempt to tie him to Youngkin. I didn't even have to go to a rally for Youngkin because McAuliffe did it for me, pretty much. Trump did a roughly 10-minute telephone rally for Youngkin on Monday night, just hours before the polls opened on Tuesday morning, urging his base to get out and go to the polls, all right? No, we have a great relationship, and he's a fantastic guy, Trump said, praising Youngkin's tremendous success as a businessman. But as much as Joe Biden's like, listen, it doesn't much matter. I won in 2020, and that's all that matters. He was there, and he campaigned twice in person for McAuliffe, just once again showing you that outside of places like California, Joe Biden's as popular as goddamn crib death, and it's only going to get worse from here. This was definitely a referendum on Joe Biden because he was down there, okay? He was campaigning, and whoever he tied his name to, they lost tremendously. So I'm going to be very interested to see how that New Jersey election ends up shaking out, because you know what? Hey, there's a pattern there. I remember old fat ass Chris Christie. He was a Republican, and I guess, or he ate several Republicans. I can't really remember. It's been a while, but he was the governor there not that long ago. So New Jersey's a bit of a funny place, but nobody really anticipated this one happening. So we'll be following up on that one, and I don't know. I don't think we need to take any more victory laps on Virginia. It's all done. It's all dusted. We're just here for the meltdown, but I'll get to that one on Sunday. With that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.